team building and development. Lesson aim. The aim of this video is to help you to understand the process of team development with the relevant theories. Learning outcomes. By the end of this video, it is expected that you will be able to understand the terms group and team, understand the process of team development, assess the process of team development, apply relevant theories and models to team building and development. What is a group? In today's workplace, work is a group-based activity, and if the organization is to function effectively, it requires collaboration and cooperation among its members. Individuals seldom work in isolation from others. Hence, a group is a collection of individuals who coordinate their individual effort. A popular definition defines a group in psychological terms as any number of people who interact with one another, are psychologically aware of one another, and perceive themselves to be a group. Another useful definition of a work group is a collection of people who share most, if not all, the following characteristics: a definable membership, group consciousness, a sense of shared purpose, interdependence, interaction, ability to act in a unitary manner. Types of groups. Formal group, a group that managers establish to achieve organization's goals. Informal group, this is formed by a group of employees to help achieve their own goals or to meet their own needs or interests. What is a team? A team is a collection of people who work intensely with each other to achieve a specific common goal or objective. It can also be explained as a small number of people with complementary skills, who are committed to a common purpose, performance goals, and approach, for which they hold themselves mutually accountable. Therefore, members in the team work together with a common purpose of achieving a common goal. It is this achievement of a common purpose that binds and connects the team members. So, individuals in a team have to cooperate with everyone working on the specific team task. Types of teams. Teams are usually classified based on their objectives. The four common types found in organizations are problem-solving teams, project teams/self-managed teams, cross-functional teams, virtual teams, project teams, or self-managed teams. People with different/specific skills are put together as a team to achieve a specific goal within a particular time frame. For example, software development. Virtual teams rarely meet face-to-face, but relies on internet technology such as email, Skype, computer network, and etc. Cross-functional teams, composed of members from different departments working together to solve a particular problem. For example, nurses, doctors, and social workers. Pause and think. Think about some of the challenges that individual employees can face working in project teams/self-managed teams, cross-functional teams, virtual teams. Some models of team development. Tuckerman's team development model. Belbin's typology of team structure. Tuckerman Concept, the 5 stages and behavior in team development. Forming, storming, norming, performing, and adjourning. Stage 1, forming. The first step in a team's life is bringing together a group of individuals. The individuals will focus on defining and assigning tasks, establishing a schedule, organizing the team's work, and other startup matters. This initial stage involves excitement as well as uncertainty, because some team members are not yet sure if they are going to meet the requirements to remain in the team or on the tasks. Others know they will make the team, but are unsure about the role they might play. Some of the experienced individuals in the team will be trying to get a feel for the new people, in an attempt to see if they can help the team or if their position might be threatened. On the surface, most people will be cordial and friendly as they meet and interact with the new team members, but internally there are often a lot of unanswered questions that can cause stress. Stage 2. Storming. The second stage occurs when a group of individuals with various wants, needs and insecurities start to interact more closely and compete with one another. Inevitably, because of the various personalities and individual goals on your team, conflicts between team members will surely arise. Your members will be testing your standards, just as you will test theirs. Individuals will be overtly and covertly vying for certain positions and leadership roles. Work ethics, positive and negative attitudes will be exposed. Remember that each member of the team has a certain set of expectations of how things should be for them individually and for the rest of the team. Naturally, conflict arises when the expectations and desires of various individuals come into contact. The challenge in this stage is that many people do not fully understand and appreciate the fact that the storming stage is a necessary and important stage of team development. Your goal as a team player or team leader is not to prevent conflict from happening, which of course is impossible, but to handle and channel conflict into effective individual and team development. Your approach to conflict is a crucial variable in successful team building. You may even want to alert your team to the fact that not everyone is going to agree and like each other 100% of the time, and that this is a normal and necessary part of team development. The biggest key is how constructively your team handles the inevitable conflict. Typically, you should learn and teach your team members some conflict management skills in an effort to weather the storming stage. Stage 3. Norming. The norming stage occurs when your team begins to settle on a set of rules and standards as to how things will be done. Norming relates to your team's standards and practices. Occasionally, these standards are formally written and agreed upon, but typically, they evolve unobtrusively over time as this is the way we do things. Obviously, your team's norms and standards concerning attitude, work ethic, team support, academics, and etc. have a tremendous impact on the success of your team. As a team leader, it is important that the team norms you establish help to create and foster a successful environment. Encourage team members to openly discuss, establish, and monitor the standards they want to commit themselves to. Stage 4. Performing. The performing stage is the eventual goal of all teams. This stage follows norming and occurs only after effective standards are in place and firmly embraced by the team. The team begins performing as a cohesive unit that respects and trusts each other. They know what to expect from each other, and this yields a sense of comfort, confidence, and consistency. Unfortunately, the performing stage is not a guaranteed aspect of your season. Performing requires that your team has constructively handled the conflict of the storming stage. Not only do you need to overcome the conflict, but you and your team also have to be sure that you have set effective rules and standards in the norming stage, in order to ascend to the performing stage. Stage 5. Adjourning. In the adjourning stage, most of the team's goals have been accomplished. The emphasis is on wrapping up final tasks and documenting the effort and results. As the workload is diminished, individual members may be reassigned to other teams, and the team disbands. There may be regret as the team ends. However, a ceremonial acknowledgement of the work and success of the team can be helpful. If the team is a standing committee with ongoing responsibility, members may be replaced by new people, and the team can go back to a forming or storming stage, and repeat the development process. Common problem areas of developing your team. Teams can go back and forth between these stages, especially as new challenges and demands arise during the season. Arising issues. conflicts, and failures in tasks can cause a team to regress from the norming stage back into the storming stage. As you probably realize, team building is a complex, ever-changing process that must be continually monitored and adjusted. However, the two common problem areas are getting stuck in the storming stage and having negative norms. Getting stuck in the storming stage. Keep this in mind. Most of the problems with teams are where teams get stuck in the storming stage. Conflicts are continually flaring up because individuals often do not have the skills or maturity to effectively handle their differences. These differences are either perpetual open sores, or they are swept under the carpet, only to fester and rear their ugly heads at the most disastrous times. Negative norms. Additionally, some teams make their way through the storming stage, but the unproductive norms that are established become their eventual downfall. The norms that are established may be totally counterproductive to your team's success. Teams with poor standards continually keep themselves from progressing. In this situation, it is often best to intentionally shake your team up and move them back into the storming stage. This is where you can challenge their attitudes, work ethics and standards, because you recognize that they are actually hurting the team. Your goal is to get them to recognize their behavior, and how it runs counter to the goals that they have set. Then you need to encourage and help them establish more effective standards, or sometimes, impose more effective standards. Belbin's team roles. Meredith Belbin undertook considerable research into how people work together in teams. The premise which underpins his findings is that effective teams must have certain key roles fulfilled. Belbin's theory states that there are 9 roles which need to be occupied within any team. These are shaper, coordinator, plant, resource investigator, monitor evaluator, specialist, team worker, implementer, and completer finisher. Although these roles are 9 in number, it doesn't mean that a team needs 9 people in it to be effective. Individuals will tend to have more than one preferred team role, so will often occupy more than one role in the team. Categories of the roles. The roles are categorized into 3 different dimensions. Action-focused team roles. Thought-focused team roles. People-focused team roles. Benefits of teamwork. Teamwork is a joint action of all members in the team, or the act of working together by the team members, to achieve a common goal regardless of personal preferences or personality. The benefits include brainstorming ideas, problem solving, operational efficiency and quality improvements, learning from each other, information sharing, customer orientation in service delivery. Factors which determine the development of effective teamwork. Leadership style that positively impact the team motivation. Existence of group norms, that is, shared guidelines or rules for behavior that the team members follow. Conformity and deviance, which is the use of rewards and punishment to shape the behavior of the team members. How conflicts are managed and resolved within the team. Communication with the team members. Factors that may cause ineffective teamwork. Lack of trust. Fear of conflict. Lack of commitment. Avoidance of accountability. Inattention to results. Insufficient communication. Pause and think. Think and discuss with someone about 3 factors that contribute to effective teamwork.